All right, Willard, we are live.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. So today's guest, Darren Sandy of IT Life, serving the GTA again. Toronto. You go like past Toronto there.
Yeah.
So Toronto through to Bowmanville and out that way as well. And again, he works mobile, or if with this whole COVID thing, he'll do some COVID procedures,
Remotely.
and stuff like that as well. Again, provides business solutions, IT solutions for businesses and for personal use as well. So if you're working from home, he's a great guy to contact. His number is 1-844-209-1814. We're talking to Darren today just about the overall securing your life during this pandemic. Hello, Darren.
Hello, Will. Hello, Dan. How you guys doing?
We are very, do you like Dad's hair? We're very good.
Just great. Just
We're
love
very
the
good.
hair. I love the
pretty well
hair.
given up on life. It's great. It's
Well,
great.
you're a businessman. At least on today's episode, as I was saying before, you have sleeves. So that's a win for all of us.
Only because I was set up out back on the deck and it started to rain on my computer, so I had to come inside.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Well, Darren, so we have a couple things we want to ask you, and we're going to mix it up a bit today. Give us a bit about, why you got into what you're doing.
So I got into IT. To be honest with you, my mom was working at Rogers, and
Right.
we were one of the first people to get internet. I ended up getting cable
What year was
internet.
that? What year was that?
That was a way back, like 95,
Yeah.
4.
25 years. Crazy.
Before that, we were, of course, on AOL, as everyone, the whole doo, 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 right? And
Yes.
then, and then so my passion came from that. Ended up breaking computers, or I would end up breaking my parents' computer, and then from there have to fix it before they got home. Because
Right.
when your parents got home, you get in trouble, right? So kept doing with that, and then went to school for a bit. And the rest I took some certifications. Yeah.
Awesome. And you love it. You love what you do.
Oh yeah, I enjoy it tremendously. I love finding solutions for technical problems.
Perfect. That's
No,
awesome.
no. This is what IT guys love: is that they can come into my office
Was
space.
that the wake?
They can fix my computer. They can send me a bill for $5,000 because I have no idea what they actually did. It's just now my computer works again, so you have to pay it.
But here's the thing, though, Dan. So I've used Darren now I'm in 5 years. So 5 years I've used Darren. Darren set up my home office. He comes by at least once a year because I have a problem where my printer doesn't work or whatever. And he tells you what you're doing. Like, this is why I love this service. He tells you what he's doing. You see it. He comes to your house. And the bill is reasonable. It's not crazy. And then if something's still wrong and he's billed you, he'll fix it. No questions asked. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
So Darren,
I don't believe in gouging. Like I said, I just get the high off of fixing the problem or coming up with a solution.
See, Dan, you may want to use him. So Darren, we're going to ask some basics here because I'm basic.
Mm-hmm.
What is a virus?
So a virus falls into the category called malware.
Right.
And malware stands for malicious software. What do malwares do? They come in forms of viruses, Trojans, spyware, worms, ransomware.
How does it access your computer though? What is it like? You're saying all these different terms now?
Yeah, I was gonna get into that.
Okay.
So like, I'll give you an example of how they get into your computer. Email. You may receive an email saying you reset your password,
Right.
but you did not even attempt to do any such thing. Not knowing, you click that link, thinking, "Hey, did I really just do this?" And as soon as you click that link, your computer is pretty much infected.
Right. And this is happening a lot more with COVID-19, correct?
Oh yeah, it's happening tremendously now that everybody's home. Idle hands, right? And then people are targeting certain businesses because they know the information's there,
Right.
to gather the intel, the data, and then Yeah, data is the new gold.
Right. So how can people, I guess, protect themselves from clicking these? I mean, and there's always a dummy in every company.
Yeah, there's honestly, phishing is there's many ways to protect yourself, but we find that human nature is, like pushing that red button. Everybody
Right.
wants to push that red button.
Yeah.
If you get an email stating, I'll give you an example. So the other day, a client received an email from one of their vendors. They opened the email, not knowing, because everything looked legit. And what happened is that email was carrying a Trojan. So
So
that
even
Trojan,
opening the email, not clicking on a link, opening the email.
it can be vice versa. So it can either be opening the email or clicking the link within the email.
Okay. Wow. And so what are the remedies then? So your client calls you. How do you address it?
Usually, if they're not prepared, we have virus programs or malware detection programs installed on the computers.
Right.
Anything from Kaspersky, Malwarebytes, even Norton, and they do their best to block out any of the malware that is attempting to access that computer. But unfortunately, it does not work always, especially if somebody opens an email.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen in the news. There's been some hacks as of recent, and there's some big companies. Even Microsoft has been hacked, right?
Right.
So with that being said, it's pretty much Tom and Jerry, cat and mouse. You really have to be proactive in setting up a solution that enables you to prevent have countermeasures, so to speak. Whether it be a firewall, a VPN when accessing your work from home, it protects your data. It gives you a secure connection from your home office to your work office. That's
Right.
a VPN.
Right. So let's just say I got here's something so weird. You say that and I just see an email coming up. I got an email yesterday saying my Netflix account, which I know is a crock of garbage. My Netflix account's credit card's expired, blah, blah, blah. Click this link to update your credit card information. And that's happening more and more. So how could people detect a fake email? What are the things you suggest to people when they get these kind of things in their inbox?
My number one suggestion will be to look at the email address.
Right.
It can be from Netflix, but usually 9 times out of 10, Netflix does not send you an email from Netflix accounts, or the emails are presented or done cleverly.
Right.
So they try to make it seem as close or match as close as possible to the email that you would normally get from that company.
Right.
Or
Right.
just
So then, go there.
your email. You always tell me that I never respond to your emails. I'm just being safe, Will.
Dad, I always follow up an email though with the text because I know you're saying you're so busy you can't reply to things, but you end up replying after a few days. You're a busy man.
Now I got a question. I got a question here. So those over-the-counter softwares like your Norton and your Kaspersky, are they good? Because I've had people that recommend that you can get like free ones that you can download online, and these are somewhat like computer type people, and they're like, why are you paying for that when you can get these free ones online that you can install on your computer? Does it make a difference?
To be honest, as of January, Windows 7 is no longer in play or supported by Microsoft, and Windows 10 is pretty secure. Regardless of the fact, even how secure it is, all it takes is you clicking one link,
right?
Whether it be to watch your favorite show when you're streaming online, and an ad pops up and you click that ad by accident or mistake, thinking it's going to play your show. It's taking you somewhere or it's doing something else to your computer. So usually 9 times out of 10, it's human interaction that is causing the virus upon the computer. For Mac users, on the other hand, they don't have that problem so much. just due to the fact of most viruses are targeted towards Windows, Linux, and Android computers.
Okay.
Great, because I'm making the switch to Apple this week.
So you're getting an iPhone as well?
I'm getting the MacBook Air, a MacBook Pro, the iPad Air, and 2 iPhones and a smartwatch.
Wow.
Well, that's a substantial investment. Good for you.
And a pair of earpods.
I can't. I tried them. Remember the one time I bought a pair, I think, or some knockoffs, and they're like so big, it wouldn't even fit in my baby ears. So I don't know. Not for me. I like the big over the ear. I like that better. I feel like it's gonna fall on my ears. I don't know. I'm weird.
Which is good, but when you're doing something like this, like the ones Darren has in, now they're just a little thing, as opposed to those big headphones that I had on the other day outside. That just seems weird.
And I found them work great, like going to the gym, because now I don't have to have a cord dangling from me when I'm playing music or whatever the case is, right? So.
Yeah, but Darren Will doesn't have that problem because he doesn't really step foot.
Well, I bring my big. I will, every time I'm outside working out or doing something, I'm wearing it. I love my headset. So,
I've worked out with you a couple of times. You spend more time talking to people in the gym because you know everybody than you do working on any weight equipment.
I'm working my job then without eating. This is how it's a diet. Here's the thing: if I can talk to someone and not be eating, and when I move my mouth, I've won. I'm a very lucky man. So, Darren, back to you. Not about my workout regimen. So when people, again, let's talk about when companies get, hacked or whatever. Mm-hmm. How do you go in there? What do you do? And again, you help small and medium and large companies. So what do you do?
So the first thing we do is we take that computer off the network, or we take the network down just so it could stop anyone from continuously accessing that computer.
Right.
So usually with malware, it could sit on your computer for anywhere from 30 days, 45 days, to even a year until it decides to poke its head out, or the person now activates that botnet and it's now doing its thing on the internet, whether taking over your network or using your computer to help attack or do a DDoS attack on another network or website or whatever the case is.
So are you saying it would be beneficial then? So if they can sit there for up to a year, which is crazy, is it beneficial then for a company to have a software or maybe your company coming in every month to do a check or whatever?
Yeah, so what we also suggest is you're right. Certain free softwares work, like Malwarebytes. I love that little guy.
So what's the software called?
Malwarebytes.
Malwarebytes. It's free.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's free for 14 days. And what it does is it speeds up your computer by removing unnecessary malware that has been on your browser.
Okay. Perfect. All right. And then, all right. Are we done here? Any questions there on this topic of being hacked?
No. He did mention he's getting a watch.
Right.
So as we move forward, watches are now even connected to the internet. Your fridge is connected to the internet. Your microwave, your stove, your thermostat, your garage door open.
So what do you do to protect yourself from your home being attacked?
So that's called the Internet of Things, and it's a little bit harder right now, just because myself and others, we don't really go into updating or fixing that, like continuously updates of that software for that phone, right? For that device.
Right.
So like usually your microwave will not update itself, so the software will stay basic, or you'll just forget about it. And from that, and anything that's connected to the internet can be accessed via a hacker or a botnet.
Right. So let's just say, like I have an Apple Watch. I went for 4 years. Love my Apple Watch, and but I find that Macs in general, like I've been updated every week, it seems, for my watch, for my MacBook, for my phone. But if you are saying then, if you have a fridge, a stove, Nest thermostat, whatever they're called, how do you ensure you have the latest updates on those things when they're things you really don't use, face to face?
Well, certain software you can update, like your TV, you can go and say, update the software, and it will continuously. We find the bigger brands are more geared to protecting their devices. So they will, like Samsung will throw out an update, Sony will throw out an update, and like you said, Apple does throw out updates, as well as Windows throws out updates continuously. Sometimes they sit in the back and you don't know they're there, but always check periodically.
So you should check
once a month.
Well, okay, as I say, you check once a month, because that's interesting. Because I personally don't get why someone needs Wi-Fi on a stove or a fridge.
That's what I've been thinking about for the last 5 minutes.
I've been in homes, like you show a house, I'm like, oh my god, this. I mean, if you touch this, there's the screen, Dan. It's probably the size of a window on these massive fridges. You touch the screen and you can have a grocery list on the screen and swipe, or you can see a picture of what's in the what's happening, like what's going on with the world where you can't remember what's in your fridge. Like that's craziness.
Ridiculous.
Right? But
it's a gift and a curse. I always look at it.
It's a curse.
If something's running low, certain fridges will order that for you. So you don't have to even do anything, right? It's just a peace of mind, right? Or if you're running late and you want to start your dinner that you've had in your crock pot.
Your stove all day?
Well, your crock pot, you just turn on the
crock pot. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The stove is similar to, I don't understand the stove.
Like, I don't know what you're going to do. Take out chicken, put it in the oven, at 7 a.m. Running late, 5:15, that chicken would be rotten by
exactly, right?
Until a hacker takes over your stove and turns it on and you burn your house down while you're at it.
True, right? That can't happen.
Yeah. No, you'll never see me with one of those. I'm not that lazy that I have to have my fridge order my food.
And how hard is it to look in your fridge and get your phone in your hand and say, and we do, like I have, the Microsoft listing app, whatever it's called, lists, where Melissa and I have a shared grocery list, and we literally just update when we need things, and then once a week when we go shopping, you remove the items. It's not that hard. You don't need a fridge that can tell you, hey.
Yeah, but once again, it's like a gift and a curse. So, for example, if you had older parents or grandparents that, their memory's not that great.
Right.
There you go. You give them a fridge.
Listen, my parents used a flip phone up until 3 years ago. There is no way it's going to order them some food.
Yeah, it'd be weird. Every time they open the fridge, it will realize the milk's low and you get milk delivered to your house. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that is out there. And that's hackable. I've heard people being hacked via their watches and their thermostats in their homes.
Yeah, so so what people do is they drive by and they'll just scan the area for whatever devices are open. I don't know if you remember a few years ago, not even a few years, within the last few years, cars were getting hacked and stolen.
Right.
So Lexus they were just driving around and it was called radio hacking, where they were able to transmit to the key and then receive the frequency from the key, and now use that frequency to the car. So
that can happen. So how can someone protect themselves now? So again, your company, IT Life, you would go into someone's home. So my home in particular, you go into my home, and what would you do to protect me potentially if I was to pay for your service?
So first thing I do is I always scan your device and check and see, make sure your updates are up to date.
Right.
From there, I would then implement your firewall and check and see if your firewall is up to date as well. If all the rules are set correctly on your firewall,
right? So
that no one can come in, as well as you only allow certain things out.
Right. Are you seeing more people, everyday people now doing this?
There is an increase in VPNs. That's because everybody is.
What the hell's a VPN?
It's a pain in the butt, is what it is.
It is. It can be. It's a gift and a curse again, and it can be very. It's a virtual private network. So.
No, you don't. No.
Why?
Because you have to log into that first before you can get onto your own stuff that you want to do. And if that's not running right, then you can't even get into your computer to do what you need to do. And then there's the problem with the VPN, and it takes hours to try to fix because you as a regular person have no idea what's going on.
Actually, he's right.
Never tell that man he's right there. Don't you know anything? Never tell Dan that he's right.
But there is software that does similar things, like remote desktop software,
Right.
like TeamViewer, AnyDesk, Splashtop, and they already have. You just install the one on your work computer and then
Right.
the one on your home computer, and then you're able to. It creates a VPN or a tunnel between your work and your home.
I think you do it with my computer here.
Yeah, you're pretty good. I even have it on my phone, so
Right.
if customers have an issue, I can even access it via the phone.
See? Okay, so again, if someone wanted to do this for their home, and some homes are not as, advanced technology-wise as others, they should give you a call. Now let's talk about, again, your online activity and how you could minimize exposing yourself and your network to people online. How can you go about managing yourself better online?
The first thing again would be a VPN. So a VPN hides your it hides
Dan has
you.
no comment here. Dan's hair is all I see.
No, you know what? It really bothers me is because I probably should really have one of those.
You should have one, yeah.
But I don't because it's such a pain in the ass, and I'm on and off the computer so often that logging into one every time is just a pain in the rear end.
Darren, is there a way you can log in through the Apple Watch or like with this MacBook, which I love? I open up here's my watch here. I open up my MacBook and it automatically unlocks because of my watch. Is there a way you could do that with the VPN where it senses your? Is there something you could do to make it easier to access the VPN?
Yeah, so there's certain software like NordVPN offers the utility to be auto connect without your presence needed. So as soon as you open your MacBook, it would automatically connect to the internet once it senses the internet, and then now you're protected from the internet.
Right. So you're saying that someone's online, Facebooking, whatever, working online, it makes sense for them to potentially get a VPN to protect themselves.
Yeah, even streaming. Yeah, anything really.
So
it's
just with
yeah,
NordVPN, I don't have to remember a password like KJ47 #$876PQR every single time.
No, so what Nord would do, it's just built in. It has all that built in, and all you do is click a button, either connect or set it to auto connect, and then it will just select the server. Select a server either within Canada, US, or wherever you are in the world. So like when I go on trips into Mexico or the Caribbean, when I used to a long time ago,
feels like it.
I don't stop working. So I'm always needing to access the computers back home. And what I use when I surf in these cafes down south is I use a VPN to connect back. I'll either use Nord or something similar.
Right. So again, it's something that someone like yourself, Dan, and whoever owns a business at home, including myself, should explore. But you've already installed something, Darren, on my thing that is on my phone. I just realized this morning when I think about it now, and on my MacBook that I can access if I knew how to use it. So
yeah.
You have to come back here and teach you how to use it.
The one you have is TeamViewer.
TeamViewer. Yes, that's right. So it's not a bad thing to have there, Dan, considering how busy you've been, and that you can work from your phone or your desktop.
So you're thinking when I get this whole Mac suite of stuff, I should put something on it?
Yeah, Darren did it with me. It's seamless. I did it once when he was here, but not since. But yeah, it works well.
So now, if me and my wife are both working at the same time, but we've got two different laptops, is it one VPN for the overall house office, or is it on each computer separate ones?
So certain routers, not so much the routers from Rogers or Bell, but aftermarket routers like Asus, TP-Link, have a feature where you can put it right on the router. So now, once it's on the router, your whole house is sort of within the VPN. Or if you wanted, you can also put it on your computer specifically.
Okay, I think I have one of those Asus ones.
Yeah,
What do you
Asus,
have? What do you have there?
Asus, whatever you want.
Whatever. I don't know. It starts. I'm pretty sure it starts with an A and it has a C and there's a Y in there somewhere. From when I looked at the box.
Darren, you said something about Rogers and Bell. Now,
Mhm.
I hate Rogers. I have Rogers still, but I hate him. The internet. So with this whole pandemic, I know there's been a lot of outcry with people stating that their Wi-Fi is slower. Now, I don't know. I don't have Bell 5. There's Bell 5 in Bowmanville right now, where you are?
It just came in. I
Yeah,
switched.
it came
Like
in.
2
Not
months
here
ago.
yet. So how does someone increase their Wi-Fi speed? Rogers has these Wi-Fi boosters,
Pods. Yeah.
pods, which they won't be installing in anyone's home until at least the summer. Is there a product you can buy today at a store or online that can help you with speed?
Yeah, there's a product made by TP Link and D-Link and others. That is it's called a power line. And what it does is it bridges the connection. It uses your house as a bridge to your router.
Right.
So as soon as I'm a gamer and I do not
You're a
like
gamer?
playing.
What
Yeah,
games
yeah.
are you playing? How are you a gamer?
I play certain games on the computer.
Like
At
what?
the
Give me an
time.
example of a game.
Fortnite.
Oh my god. What are you, 7? How are you playing Fortnite? That's crazy.
Hey, my 7-year-old just started playing it.
You were saying the
And
other
he
day
is-
that. That's why. So you could be 7 years old or 40 playing the same game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
why
if he
not?
was watching this, he would take Darren's information down and add him to the game as
Oh my god. Anyway, so all right, so gaming continue. I find it ridiculous that grown and again, not people that play video games, but if a 7-year-old kid can play a game against a 40-year-old, I have a problem with that. That is all. Continue on there, Darren.
So it just with games, I don't find Wi-Fi to be as fast.
Right.
Never in a million years will.
Not fast.
It's coming, but it will never be as fast as being plugged in.
Right.
So what the power line does is you plug one near your router, and then
Right.
you plug with an Ethernet cable to your router, right? And then one near your computer,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
and you plug that into your computer.
Right.
So it gives you a gigabit connection from your computer to your router without you having to use Wi-Fi.
Would it make sense then for people, let's just say if someone's doing a home reno, potentially, would it make sense to have just an old school, in certain parts of their home, they're going to have a home office, have everything plugged in versus...
Yeah, I highly recommend it because the speed is always
an issue.
10 times. Yeah, it's always better with, and as everyone's home now, everyone's on their devices.
Right.
You have your phones, you have your watches, your stoves,
Right.
your fridges, so
Yeah,
everything on that.
Rogers told me that in my house, a house of 2, and I think our dog, we have a watch too. We have like 21 devices connected to our Wi-Fi. Isn't that insane? 21. That's craziness.
That's only 2 of you.
I know, because we have watches, phones, TVs,
Speakers.
tablets, speakers. I have an outdoor speaker. Like everything we have is internet based. Our thermostat, it adds up. And imagine being a family of 4 like you, Dan, or Darren. If I have 21, you have probably 30 to 40 when you think about it. It's crazy. So yeah, I might do a bucket. It might make sense.
Yes, it might, but you have a MacBook Air, so you don't have a plug. There's no plug. You have to buy something additional.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no plug really on this thing?
There's no plug on your thing.
Don't mind me.
That's actually a very good point because when I was talking to Apple the other day, so I want to get a double monitor system that I can plug into, and they told me I can only do it with the MacBook Pro. I can't do it with the iPad with the Mac Air.
That's right.
It'll only connect to one screen.
You told me the same thing.
No, there's software that allows you to put the MacBook Air onto an iPad as another screen, or
no, I want like 2 big monitors side by side. That's what I'm
pretty sure you can do it with an HDMI splitter, or I can get back to you on that.
Okay.
Perfect. Well,
did you get a Pro or did you get a Air?
I got one of each.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
One for the wife or 2 for you? Yeah. Who's getting the better one?
Me.
The Pro. You got the Pro?
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's expensive, but yeah, good for you.
It's really
Um,
not that bad. It's less than I thought it was going to be.
Here's what I believe. I used to have Darren knows this because I struggled for months trying to justify the expense of this MacBook that I have. They're expensive versus a regular PC laptop. It's like twice the price, 3 times the price. I've been using this now for 5 months ish, and I love it. The seamlessness, the ease of it. I thought it'd be hard to use. It takes a bit of learning, a few weeks, but other than that, I think it's great. I love this MacBook.
Yeah, I have one too, and
And they last forever. It will last a long time. Yes. Anything else to add, Dan?
No, I just find it amazing that everybody now has Mac. And when I did some research on it prior to making this call, I thought that there was like nine out of 10 people still use PC and Windows-based products, but
Right.
everybody that I know seems to be using a MacBook. So
Because it's a change. But if you have the phone, it's all connected. That's what I like about it. It's my phone is my computer and vice versa. So I think it's great.
seamless.
It's seamless. I love that. Yeah. So, Darren, anything else to add? I know you have to go. So, anything else to add?
Yeah. So really, everyone should just if you do get hacked or something like that, where you feel like you've been hacked, change your passwords. Number one. Check with your credit card or whatever the case is to make sure your banking information is still intact. And yeah, just make sure your updates are always up to date.
And also, something I just learned, and it's a Darren thing. If you're gonna have a whole bunch of passwords and different stuff, have an email account designed to manage or handle all of your accounts. Don't make it your actual main email account. So that's another thing that I've learned recently. So I'm now in the process myself of moving. I have everything. I have 2 email accounts, primarily my full name, whatever. And now I'm gonna have another email account that's gonna house everything. So if someone emails me there and it's not, it's better for me to I think it's better for me to manage if I have one account for everything versus having things all over the place. So I think that's gonna be helpful to me.
you're doing what?
I'm setting up a separate account where so when you have like a Netflix account, for instance,
Yeah.
right? So my Netflix is tied to my Gmail, which is my other main email address. I want to be able to go to one account on my phone to get all my bills, to see all my correspondence so it's a bit more. So if I get an email account now, I email to my Outlook account, which I've been getting for Netflix, which is ridiculous. I know it's not real. I know it's a scam.
Yeah.
Or if I get an email in my other account, it's potentially a real email from Netflix versus me having to look at 2 different accounts and then guess. And for me, it's easier. That's all I'm saying. For other people,
So what Will's trying to say is what he is saying is instead of using one email address for all your accounts of everything, maybe use 1 or 2 or even 3 emails, just so that you don't use the same password or the same information on everything. So if one was to get compromised, you wouldn't be at a loss completely. You'd still be able to use XYZ, onto another. Oh, also add 2-factor authentication.
There's another thing that I can't stand.
Honestly, though, it is really good and highly secure. When somebody's trying to do something because the two factors seeking your authentication to make sure that is you.
Yeah,
I know, unfortunate, but it really works.
Yeah, in your business, you need this. This is what you like.
No,
I need it as well.
I have access to client bank accounts.
Right.
And when I go in and it asks for this 2-factor thing, you know how ridiculous it is when I got to ask the client, what was the name of your very first boyfriend you had in high school? What was the name of your mother's maiden name? What is this and that and the other thing? And then as soon as they change it on their end and I don't know about it, I can't log in again. And then I have to go back and get this stuff one more time. Or my favorite, if I'm in QuickBooks and I need to reconnect their bank account and it tells me we have to send them a text message, a code. So now, before I can log in and get the information I need, I have to message them, who Lord knows where they are. They might not get back to me for the next 3 hours, and say, Hey, I have to send you a code from your banking information so I can go in and get and pull the stuff that I need. Pain in the butt.
But secure.
I've said my
At least, I mean, that's the thing you want your clients to have, don't you think, there, Dan? Like, it's annoying for you, but
no,
for your clients,
we need to come up with a more secure, simpler way of doing it.
that makes sense. I think your hair is too tight. You may want to loosen.
No, like, you know what I like? So right now I'm on a Microsoft Surface, right?
Yeah.
Flip it open. It looks at my eyes and it logs me in. Done. I don't have to worry about remembering my 15 million passwords. I don't have to remember any weird code word passwords, and I'm up and running. That's all I need. You look into the eyes. Nobody else can get in on it, and my password, everything's protected.
Are all your like accounts that way, or just your laptop?
Just a laptop.
Yeah, like I'm weird. I have that's why I have to do this email thing. I literally have a page on my desktop locked away somewhere where I have every password thinkable, and I separate. Like, it's crazy because as you get old, to remember passwords now is difficult.
You're right. I got a question for Darren before he has to go. Those programs like LastPass or 1Password, are they secure enough that we can put all our stuff in there and have those deal with all the passwords in our ecosystem?
To the most part, yeah. But like I said, anything is hackable in today's era. What I do like is the iPhone also holds a lot of your passwords in the cloud, but even they were hacked a few years ago. So it really is, it's really hard to say. I just use passwords, and I'll put at the end of it either an exclamation, something, another symbol, and I'll just continue that way. And then as you keep going, you'll just have a long list of.
You have a long I have like a list of like every account from like. Every account I have has, and I have to think it's always being updated and changing, but I think that's the best way for now. I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting time that we live in. Thank you, Darren, for coming on here. I know you got to go. Again, Darren Sandy, IT Life, servicing the GTA and surrounding areas. Phone number 1-844-209-1814.
And you can reach me on the web at it-life.ca.
it-life.ca is your website. Perfect. So again, if you guys have any questions or any needs for IT, Darren Germain will be posting this video shortly. And again, thank you. Dan, get in a better mood.
I'm in a great mood. And I tell you one thing, I'm going to go check out his website, but I'm going to log in through a VPN first.
Yes. So again, thank you, Darren. Thank you, Dan, for joining. I know you're a busy man, but thank you guys. And we will all, we'll see you soon, I guess. Thank you, guys.
All right. See you later.
Thanks, Darren.
Take care.